Caitlin Clark takes over for letting emotions known about missing WNBA playoffs. The 23-year-old phenom was once again active on the sidelines during the Fever's 83-72 win over the Minnesota Lynx on Tuesday, just days after she revealed her season is over. There wasn't much at stake for both sides during their clash as the Fever clinched their postseason position on September 7th, and the Minnesota Lynx have already locked up the top seed. Nevertheless, both sets of players duked it out in a thrilling game. The Fever raced to a 10-0 lead in the opening few minutes after Odyssey Sims' mid-range bucket. With the Lynx under pressure, a timeout was clearly needed, but it was Clark who jumped out of her seat, as ESPN footage showed, preemptively calling a timeout herself as if she knew Fever head coach Stephanie White was also going to call one. And indeed she did, as White followed Clark's lead and gathered her team to the sidelines. Fans online loved Clark's behavior, with the 23-year-old still playing an active role on the Fever despite not being available for the rest of the season. Caitlin Clark staying involved despite the injury. Love the energy on the sideline, one fan said on X. Still engaged in the game. Great player. Another wrote, Caitlin Clark calling a timeout for the Lynx is pure gold. One fan said, you'd be forgiven for mistaking Clark as the Fever's head coach. Along with calling timeouts, she was also captured giving speeches and devising plays during her team's breaks. At one point, she was seen handing out instructions and lecturing her teammates amid a mini Lynx comeback, something which never materialized. Those who have kept up with Clark will know her active role on the sidelines is nothing new. Last season's WNBA Rookie of the Year has been seen berating officials from the bench on more than one occasion. But despite the intense off the court, Clark has made it clear she wants to be back on the court. On Instagram, she posted a black and white photo of her celebrating a shot with a simple caption, "I missed this so bad," she wrote as she continues to battle an injury that has kept her out of action for 2 months. Clark, whose on-court rival Angel Reese has also suffered injuries this season, has endured a doomed sophomore season from the beginning. She picked up her first injury before preseason began, and was forced to sit out the Fever's first preseason game in May due to quad tightness. Then, 4 games into the regular season, she suffered a left quad strain that saw her miss 5 games, but upon returning, she suffered a left groin sprain after 5 games. Clark returned on July 9th against the Golden State Valkyries, but less than a week later, on July 15th, she injured her groin again, and ever since, the WNBA star has been out. The Fever have clinched a playoff spot, but will not know their final seeding or opponent until later in the week. They could potentially move up to the number 6 seed depending on results elsewhere.